One size fits all seemed like a good idea for clothes.
Nice dress. It's a t-shirt.
Until you tried it on. Same goes for your healthcare. That's why United Healthcare offers a variety of flexible, budget-friendly coverage for medical, vision, dental, and more. So whether you're between jobs, coming off a parent's plan, or even missed open enrollment, you can find the plan that fits you best. Find out more about United Healthcare coverage at uh1.com. That's uh1.com.
On today's Smart 7, Labour almost launches an election campaign, Putin and Xi plot over Ukraine and much more. It's Friday, 17th of May, it's Telecommunications Day, and happy birthday, Paul Whitehouse.
The Smart 7, it's news, but not the news.
We might be no closer to getting a date for the general election, but this week has certainly felt like the start of an election campaign. Rishi made his odd speech about the many threats to Britain on Monday and then got dragged into a dispute about rainbow lanyards in the civil service. Thursday saw a much more organised and focused event from Labour with carefully choreographed speeches, testimonials from voters and representation from big business and the security services, all aimed at making Labour's case for government. Sir Keir Starmer, in a white shirt with rolled-up sleeves, offered what he called his first steps, consisting of 6 new pledges.
Now, we have changed the Labour Party to put it back in the service of working people. And what we seek, humbly, is the opportunity to change our country and put it back in the service of working people.
Not to be outdone, Rishi made an appearance on ITV's Loose Women, but it didn't go terribly well. He pledged to stay on as an MP if the Tories lose. He refused to give an election date, and then he got into a disagreement with presenter Janet Street Porter, who wanted to know why he hates pensioners.
I care deeply about pensioners because I also believe in a country where if you work hard all your life, then you should have the dignity and respect that you deserve in retirement.
Ukrainian President Zelensky travelled to Kharkiv on Thursday to inspect Russia's new front in its war on Ukraine. Zelensky met with commanders and says that things remain difficult, but that the situation has stabilised and that his troops continue to inflict heavy casualties on the attackers. Russian President Putin was on the road too. He travelled to Beijing to meet with the Chinese president and signed a new agreement to deepen mutual ties. That could be bad news for Ukraine, as Russia seeks more weapons and ammunition, but Xi Jinping was keen to emphasise that China wants to play a role in bringing peace to Europe.
Both sides agree that a political solution to the Ukraine crisis is the correct decision. The Chinese side looks forward to the early restoration of peace and stability on the European continent and will continue to play a constructive role to that end.
Putin expressed his gratitude for the support of his Chinese counterpart.
I will, of course, inform Mr. President of China on the situation around the Ukrainian crisis. We are grateful to friends and colleagues for the initiative they put forward to solve this problem.
As Israel looks to press ahead with its offensive on the city of Rafah, South Africa has once again turned to the International Court of Justice, filing a case asking for an urgent order to end the assault. The hearing, which began on Thursday, saw South Africa demand a total ceasefire to allow aid to flow into Gaza, along with access for reporters and war crime investigators to gather evidence. Israel is due to present its response on Friday morning. There was some good news as the US military has finally finished and installed the floating pier off the coast of Gaza, which should speed up aid deliveries. Pentagon Press Secretary Major General Pat Ryder is hopeful it will make a significant difference.
Clearly, land routes will be optimal, but as you know, we continue to see challenges in terms of getting aid in via ground. We're going to continue to employ this method to work with the international community to get aid into the people of Gaza.
The final report of the inquiry into the infected blood scandal is due to be published on Monday. It's been almost 6 years since the inquiry began under Chairman Sir Brian Langstaff. They've heard from those directly affected, along with medical experts, civil servants and politicians. The World Health Organization had warned as far back as 1974 of the dangers of using blood imported from other countries, but it wasn't until 1986 that donated blood was screened for HIV, and in the case of hepatitis, it was 1991. It's estimated more than 30,000 people were affected, a significant number of whom have died. As the inquiry prepares to publish its report, newly re-elected Greater Manchester Mayor Andy Burnham says there will need to be consequences for those at fault.
There has to be accountability because, often with these things in this country, they go on for so long and nobody is then held accountable. People were HIV or Hep C positive and they weren't told their diagnosis. That is scandalous.
Still to come on today's Smart 7, Formula 1 heads to Italy and Chris Pratt gets a bit method. Right after this.
When you're ready to pop the question, the last thing you want to do is second-guess the ring. At BlueNile.com, you can design a one-of-a-kind ring with the ease and convenience of shopping online. Choose your diamond and setting. When you find the one, you'll get it delivered right to your door. Go to BlueNile.com and use promo code LISTEN to get $50 off your purchase of $500 or more. That's code LISTEN at BlueNile.com for $50 off your purchase. BlueNile.com, code LISTEN.
Welcome back.
This weekend, the Formula One Roadshow heads to Italy for the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. The last race in Miami saw a rare upset in the usual Red Bull procession to the title, as Lando Norris in a McLaren won his first race. And while Max Verstappen's Red Bull had been damaged during the race, there's no doubt that this year's McLaren car is quick. As Norris looked forward to the 7th race of the season, he was sounding both confident and like he'd enjoyed his victory celebrations.
At the same time, as much as you want to keep it in your mind, you have to turn your focus to next weekend, which is this one, and hopefully try and replicate a similar thing.
The lure of the Marvel superhero era has seen many a male actor head to the gym to get shredded so he'd look good in a leotard. Chris Pratt has done his time as Star-Lord in Guardians of the Galaxy and also in the Jurassic Park series, all of which required a fairly rigorous fitness regime and diet. Maybe that's why he sounds so delighted to be playing the animated orange cat that is Garfield. And I'm not sure if Chris has gone all method actor, but he certainly leaned into it when asked about his dream cheat day on the Garfield press tour.
I would start with a massive breakfast of eggs and bacon and sausage and waffles, syrup, and I would stay there. And then when lunch came around, I would have a French dip. And then when it came to dinner, I'm going straight pizza, thin crust pizza, all the cheese and pepperoni you can possibly imagine piled on top.
Wicked is the 4th longest running musical on Broadway, and the story, which is based on The Wizard of Oz, has won multiple awards and launched plenty of careers. Now it's coming to the big screen, with the first part of the Wicked movie due to drop in November. It stars Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande as the two witches and traces their story as they become the Wicked Witch and the Good Witch, respectively. It looks spectacular and also stars Michelle Yeoh, Jonathan Bailey, and as the Wizard of Oz, Jeff Goldblum.
You're great. I am.
Welcome, new students, to Shiz University, Miss
Elphaba.
You can room with Miss Galinda.
Oh, popular. I know about popular. Oh, I saved you some space, by the way.
Do you really think this is fair?
I do not. I was promised a private suite. But thanks for asking.
You've been listening to The Smart 7. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Hit that follow button and have a great day. Give us 7 minutes, we'll give you the world.
Whether you're a morning person or a bedtime procrastinator, everyone deserves a mattress that works for their style. And you'll find the best mattress for you at Ashley. The new Temper-Adapt collection at Ashley brings you one-of-a-kind body-conforming technology, making every sleep tailored to be your best. The collection also features cool-to-the-touch covers and motion absorption to help minimize sleep disruptions from partners, pets, or kids. Shop the all-new Temper-Adapt collection at Ashley, in-store or online at ashley.com. Ashley, for the love of home.